Hi everyone, I'm super excited to host Omer Slavin, CEO and co-founder of BiltOn. Thanks a lot for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for the invite. Great to be here.
Take us back to your early career days and till today. What would be your top career highlights?
My background is deep in construction roots. I'm fourth generation of builders. Start my career in construction projects. Step up to be a project manager as for residential towers in Europe. From the day to day in the field, I founded BiltOn, which originally was named as Betty, more than 8 years ago, 2018, and from there it was quite a journey.
8 years is a long journey. If you were to take back to early days of BiltOn, can you navigate how you were coming up with ideas, early prototypes?
I was managed the operation and safety on projects, and back on those days, we all done it through papers and Excels, and there was a big wave of regulation that safety should be top priority in construction companies across Europe and Israel. And said, okay, we already saw Israel, it's a tech hub for many tech companies, and they were already developed lots of impressive mobile application, but it's all in other areas like cybersecurities and fintech, but nothing in construction. And said, okay, there must be a better way to manage safety and operation in construction, and this is where we decide to take the first step in the product.
And what was your journey of finding early adopters and first set of users?
So BiltOn started as a bootstrap company. So for us, the first customer was 4 months from the beginning of the company. And so it was very quickly adopted in the market because we solve a core problem that it was impossible to manage safety. If someone really care about manage safety on the project, they couldn't done it with papers and Excel sheets. And they have to understand that, okay, I care about safety. I want to protect my people. I want to advance the safety management. So I'm gonna adopt technology to make it more faster, more clean, more proactive, more standardized across the company. And this is where BiltOn was excellent back then, 8 years ago.
Nice. And how was your journey of finding early employees, hiring?
So my co-founders, we all knew each other. We served together in special forces in the Israeli Defense Force. So we know each other for many years, know how to work as a team in a stress environment and build something in the best way to execute it. And we interact also people that serve with us and that we know really well that could deliver in excellence. So this is how we established the first team, only like people that we knew, people that we can trust. And that was like the first like group of 20 people in the company before we even publish any hiring post to external hiring.
How would you define the culture of Built-On?
Ownership, self-improvement, always try to collaborate in the best way with the team, with the customers, with the partners, with the market, with everything that could build this ecosystem of construction. When we started the company, there was very few companies on construction tech in Israel, and it was exploded later. Like we were like 20 companies back then. Today there's more than 500. One of the biggest hub for construction technologies startups is made out of Israel, and great companies that did massive rounds, and that's a big proud for the team that building it across Israel and our headquarters in the US in New York.
Yeah, I've seen so many startups coming out of like Tel Aviv and very cutting edge technology. How does the ecosystem support each other? Is there like WhatsApp group or events where people are like encouraging and guiding?
So first, the government really up for technology. We worked closely with the General Contractor Association that develop innovation and educate the market to adopt more technology to be more efficient, more productive, and be more safe. And it's all the time this push of educational process. So you could get the feedback loop quite fast in the market. And because there is massive amount of construction in Israel, it's also very easy to socialize the product with many different type of projects, infrastructure, data center, residential, in 1 hour drive from each other. And you could meet all type of projects and get to get the feedback from the users, from the executives, from the rectors, from every user in the chain.
That's pretty unique. The feedback loop and the ecosystem is all integrated. Looking back in the 8 years, what would be like some proud moments of your company?
Obviously, there were many, but I think like there were like those stories of the customers that they come and share with you. Those big moments that wow, I reduced my EMR from 4 to 0.6 since we start to work together in the last 3 years. Or we were able to save 20 claims by using your platform. Those moments that you know that you delivered a clear ROI that they expected to have. This is exactly why we built it for. And or you could see, and we had this moment with Turner Construction recently that one in the people in the field that everyone thought like he would never use technology, and he was become our biggest champion. And he go and tell everyone, look, this improved my life significantly every day. And he go and share it with everyone, and we don't even need to speak for ourselves because it changed his life and how we manage safety every day. And it's become easier for him. He have visibility about what happened in the project. And he was kind of this traditional construction guy that everyone thought that he couldn't do it.
That's so great to hear when the users are championing the product. Uh, it gives a different sense of validation. You made the impact. What was the most difficult decision you had to make?
Hey, many of them, obviously, when you grow as a company and you have like employees that were with you from day one, but they didn't grow with the company to the size and where it me today. And you have to bring executive from external and not promote the people that maybe were on 5 years with the company. That's sometimes very hard decision to make that no one tell you before you founded the company that you'll have to make.
Are there any things you wish you would have done differently while running the company?
Great question. When we entered the market in the US almost 5 years ago, we were very specific to start with New York City. We said, okay, in New York City, the highest compliance environment, and we'll build a product that will excel in this environment before we'll go nationwide in the US. And as a first step, it's good, but I wish I would go nationwide a year later. That's the biggest mistake. Go more up market earlier and not think it will, because it takes time to build it, to build a relationship, to build all the security processes, to learn it. Like you need to build your product from day one that you will meet the biggest enterprises.
So, for people listening who might be interested to try BiltOn, what's a good stage of the project they should consider, and how can they reach out to you to collaborate?
So we are working with the headquarter of the companies. It's not matter the stages of the project. It's more if they have initiative to improve their EMR, to improve their recordable incident, to improve how much they pay for insurance, if they want to be more efficient on the projects, how they manage safety in operation. So they should speak with us. Typically, those processes lead by the safety department, the innovation department, the risk department, together with the COO. We are partnered with the entire company as an enterprise agreement. And that's the way that our customer choose to bring safety as a top priority to their operation procedures.
Hmm. I am curious to know your thoughts on AI. How are you dealing with this rapid development in the LLM space?
Yeah, it's a big topic, obviously, and it's meet us on two angles. One, how we operate as a AI first company, from R&D, marketing, sales, finance, all department, how they adopt AI to deliver more quality results, more fast results to execute in the best way that possible. A big initiative, obviously, all start with R&D and then expand to the entire company. And second, how we are bringing this value to our customer. Then we're adopting agents and chats and vibe coding, everything in our internal processes, and how we bring in this LLM capabilities to the product, which is very fascinating. And it's great to see what become possible in the last year, because safety was mainly reactive. We are check the box, do safety checklists, manage the compliance, but we capture a lot of data. And safety a year ago was focused more on that. What happened with the use of LLM is that we could finally have the engine to run the LLM to make it proactive, to make it that, okay, we could create a safety intelligence layer that's possible to know what are the patterns that happen on the job site, that this is early indicator before accident happen. We are moving from the phase of just want to document accident to I'm going to prevent the next accident. And this is very exciting on the journey of BiltOn and how we could use AI to power this initiative that wasn't possible before, or was possible if you have a 40 data analysts and algorithms guy. What it was very expensive, but now it's become very relevant that, okay, we already have the data from 8 years. We have the context layer for safety intelligence that we could go and train our models to become the most powerful models in the market for safety intelligence. So really exciting for this phase of the company.
Yeah, that could open so many unlocks, which would be definitely exciting. What were some go-to-market experiments you tried in your company, and things that worked, things that didn't work, which we can learn?
I believe the construction industry is a very relationship driven. You can't, in my eyes, sell software without being boots on the ground, meeting people, having the conversation in the industry events, lunch and learn, private dinners, everything that you could have a meaningful conversation to build the trust that needed to develop those kind of enterprise relationship. So everyone that want to work in the construction industry, want to develop, go to market, extremely recommend this approach.
So it feels like it's not as scalable as in SaaS, where you can like, okay, put more money and like you can scale crazy.
Those initiatives cost a lot of money, but they are we are built a long-term relationship. It's not just download the app and start to use it. It's not gonna work.
So imagine it's 2030. What's the version and vision of BiltOn we are looking at?
I look at it more as a control tower that connect many data points and sensors in the construction project that could alert and prevent the next accident in so many ways across multi-job site, from weather to patterns and how we change behavior on the project. That will be real time. The visibility will be everywhere on the country. That will be a very exciting moment.
And how does a new customer onboarding on BiltOn look like? How do they prepare?
So we customize the workflows for the customer. One of the things that when you work with top E&R customers, every one of them has his own way of customization of safety routines. So we built a system that we could customize it to their needs. Take 2 weeks to customize all their know-how, all their how they want to operate their safety routines to the workflows through integrations with either it's Poco or Autodesk or Ignite or CMIC. We build this integration, two-ways integration to save them time for onboarded of the trade partners from the project and the users from the projects. And then we do have program of enablement for the site teams, the director level, the executive, from dashboards to reports to the mobile app in the field.
I see. So like very holistic end-to-end experience. If you were to teach a course in college regarding construction tech startup, what are the things you would cover in that course, various modules?
I think is a lot on the discovery of the product and how to have the conversation with the general contractor and the different type of persona in construction to understand how this person will solving their problem and how we're gonna implement it in our product and understand the different stakeholders in construction, because this is very unique to the industry. We have the owner, we have the general contractors, we have the trade partners, we have the workers. Each one of them has his own initiative, own goals. Sometimes they're not meeting each other, and we want to build systems that help them collaborate in a better way.
Yeah, I think with rise of AI, like building things is getting easier, but what to build and getting so deep analysis about the problem statement and building relationship is getting more and more important.
Yeah, totally agree.
What top conferences you highly recommend someone in construction tech to attend?
I think the big one are Groundbreak of Poco and Autodesk University, but also there are quite well events of the advancing construction and Biz Now that are also great events.
Let's do a rapid fire round before we wrap up. You'll have 5 seconds to answer, and you've got to keep it super brief.
Okay,
So,
let's try.
what's your favorite restaurant?
Peter Luger, Brooklyn.
Any book which made a big impact in your life?
Paperless Builders that wrote by Hamza, the director of innovation of Haskell. Truly recommend this book.
I'll add it to my list. 3 words your co-founder would describe you as.
Operational focus, but honest.
Any city or country which is in your travel bucket list?
Costa Rica.
What would be one piece of advice to your 18-year-old self?
Take the challenges and the risk as early as possible, because then you could shift and pivot. It's much more easier when then you have kids and family. Go to the venture as early as possible, and don't go to study in university. That's another recommendation.
It's a hot take. What is best piece of advice you have received till date?
To listen more than you than you speak. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Nice. Omer, anything which we didn't cover in this interview and you'd like to end on that closing message?
Want to thank you a lot for this conversation, to reflect this journey of 8 years with BiltOn. You know, everything in construction tech, it's not a walk in the park, but we build things that impact the real life of people in the field in construction. And we are very proud of what we built until today. And I want to thank to our team that worked so hard from Israel and across the US to make our customers with the best value and the best product in the safety intelligence market. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for your time and sharing your story and work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.